Some wishes are dangerous, not because they don't come true, but because they do. Emma Watson made the same wish every single day for 3 years. Just one wish. Just let them notice me. She never said it out loud. She didn't have to. Something was already listening. 17 years old. 3 years of being the joke. Not the funny kind. The kind where you walk into a room, and something shifts. A smirk, a whisper, eyes sliding away. And you know, without a single word being spoken, that you are the subject. Emma wasn't cruel. She wasn't stupid. She wasn't even particularly unlucky. She was just easy to overlook. And people never missed the opportunity. Every morning on the bus, bags on empty seats, until every other option was gone. Group projects meant watching people pair up around her, like water around a stone. The cafeteria meant the far end of the long table, close enough to pretend she belonged, far enough to know she didn't. Her mother tried. Every morning, without fail. "You look beautiful, Emma." Emma loved her for it. She stopped believing it at 14. The only person who treated her like a human being was Jasper. Quiet, steady, the kind of boy who read actual books by choice, and talked to Emma like her opinions mattered. With Jasper, Emma was almost okay. Almost. Then came the Thursday that snapped something in her. Biology lab partners. Mrs. Henderson calling names. Emma waited. Name after name after name. Until she was the only one left. Mrs. Henderson paired her with Clara. Clara turned to her friend and made a face. So brief, so small. Emma didn't miss it. She picked up her bag and walked out. Down the corridor, through the east wing, past the gym, into a hallway she had never noticed before. Narrow, dusty, forgotten, like time had simply decided to skip it. At the end, a door. No number, no sign. She pushed it open. Old trophies on crooked shelves, a broken clock frozen at 3:47, dust so thick it muffled sound. And something else. A smell, faintly sweet, almost familiar, like something trying to seem safe. Emma sat on a wooden crate, just breathed. This was the kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. Then she heard it. Something rolling across the floor. Toward her. She looked down. A ring. Silver band. Dark stone. Catching the light in a way that seemed impossible. Like the light was coming from inside it, not hitting it from outside. She picked it up. Genuinely old. Heavy. And warm. Uncomfortably. Impossibly warm. For something sitting in a cold, forgotten room. She should have put it back. She put it on instead. It fit perfectly. Of course it did. Nothing happened. No flash. No voice. No sign. Emma almost laughed at herself. She went home. The ring went with her. And something in that dusty room. Something that had been waiting for a very long time. Finally relaxed. The next morning, she reached for her glasses. She didn't need them. Everything sharp, clear, perfect. She walked to the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and went completely still. Her skin, her hair, her eyes. She hadn't changed. Not dramatically. She was still herself. But she was finally, in focus. At school the difference was immediate. A girl who had never once looked at her directly smiled. Two girls asked if they could sit with her at lunch. A boy held a door open deliberately. The kind that means, I see you. And Clara, biology Clara, face-making Clara, stopped her near the lockers. Emma, right? You look incredible. Did you do something different? Emma looked at her. 2 full seconds. No, she said. And walked away. For the first time in 3 years, she felt powerful. The good days kept coming. Emma let herself enjoy every single one. But around day 10, things started breaking. Sophie, effortlessly witty, the girl who always made the whole class laugh, stumbled over her words mid-presentation. Once, then twice, then it became a pattern. Her hands stopped going up. Her confidence flickered and dimmed, like something was slowly draining it. Marcus, the most naturally athletic boy in the year, came off the field holding his knee. 3rd time in 2 weeks. Then Priya, a girl who had never done a single thing to Emma, tripped near the top of the staircase, grabbed the railing, didn't fall. But at that exact moment, Emma felt it. A pulse from the ring. A heartbeat. Right as Priya's foot caught on nothing. Coincidence, Emma told herself. She told herself that a lot. Then came the night she couldn't pretend anymore. Her cat Biscuit, Ginger lazy, her since she was 9, knocked her water glass off her desk, walked across her keyboard, sat on her book, and stared at her, with ancient indifferent eyes. Emma was tired, irritated. Get out, she said. Not angry, just done. That pulse again. Brief, almost nothing. Biscuit jumped down and padded out. The next morning, he wasn't in the kitchen. By evening, they were searching every room. The morning after, Emma's mother came in from the backyard with an expression that said everything, without saying anything at all. Emma sat on her bed that night, hands shaking, thinking about 2 words. Get out. Thinking about the pulse. It's a coincidence, she told herself. She didn't sleep. Jasper found her the next day, on the bench outside the science block. Sat down without being invited. Said nothing at first. Then, you haven't been yourself lately. I've been more myself than ever, Emma said. No, Jasper said. You've been more visible. That's not the same thing. Sophie hasn't spoken in class in 2 weeks. Priya nearly fell down the stairs. Marcus is talking about quitting football. A pause. And I heard about Biscuit. I'm sorry. Something cracked open in Emma's chest. She told him everything. All of it. The room. The warmth. The morning in the mirror. The pulse. Biscuit. All of it. Jasper listened without interrupting once. When she finished, silence. Then, we need to go back to that room. The room was exactly as she remembered. Jasper moved slowly along the walls, until he stopped near the far corner. Crouched, brushed dust away from the baseboard. Words. Carved deep into the wood. Old enough that the edges had softened with time. Emma read them aloud. Slowly. This ring does not grant beauty. It borrows it from those around you. It does not grant confidence. It steals it from those nearby. What you feel it amplifies. What you want it takes from others. The longer it is worn, the less it needs your permission. She read the last line 3 times. The less it needs your permission. It's been using me, she said. Every time I was angry, frustrated, it just acted. I didn't decide anything. No, said Jasper quietly. It decided for you. I have to take it off. Yes. But without it. Emma. Steady. Calm. It killed your cat. And it didn't even need you to be wearing it anymore. Think about what that means. The less it needs your permission. What if we can't destroy it? We try, said Jasper. Together. She took it off. Felt herself shift back instantly. The familiar blur. The familiar face. The familiar invisibility. Settling over her like a coat she'd never asked for. She put the ring in her jacket pocket. Told herself that was enough. It wasn't. Dinner. Her mother making quiet conversation. How was school? You seem distant. I feel like I don't know you lately. Emma answered in single words. Ever since you started spending time with those new friends. Her mother said softly. You seem like someone I don't quite recognize. I'm fine. I'm not criticizing. Can you just leave it? Her mother paused. That expression. Not anger. The quiet, devastated look. Of someone who misses you. While you're sitting right in front of them. Something flared in Emma's chest. Hot. Vast. Familiar. And from her jacket pocket. Hanging on the chair behind her. A pulse. Stronger than any before. Her mother reached for a plate. A sound. Sharp. Sudden. The plate slipped. The edge caught her mother's palm. A sharp gasp. The plate shattered. Emma was on her feet. Her mother stood there, hand pressed to her chest, a thin red line across her palm. I'm fine, it's nothing, I just slipped. Emma wasn't listening. She was staring at her jacket on the chair. The ring wasn't even on her finger. And it had still. The less it needs your permission. She grabbed her jacket, grabbed her phone, texted Jasper one word. Now. Jasper was there in 20 minutes. The ring sat on the stone floor, in the center of the room. They tried everything. A hammer, a trophy base, a loose brick, slammed down again, and again, and again. The ring lay there. Unmarked. Unbothered. The stone caught the dim light. And threw it back at them. And Emma could have sworn. In that moment. It looked almost amused. It won't break, she said. No, said Jasper. Then what? You leave it. You walk away. And you never come back. It'll find someone else. Yes, he said. It will. Emma picked up the ring one last time. It was warm. It was always warm. I know what you took, she said quietly. And I know what you would have taken next. She set it back on the floor, stood up, walked out, didn't look back. Behind her in the empty room, the ring sat perfectly still and waited. The invisibility came back. Slowly, then all at once, like it had never left. The invitation stopped. The center of the cafeteria closed itself off. Clara looked through her in biology. Emma sat at the far end of the long table. Same seat, same distance, same truth. But something was different now. Sophie's voice came back. Fully, completely back. She raised her hand in class one morning and made the whole room laugh. And Emma felt something warm in her chest. That had nothing to do with any ring. Marcus came back to the field. Priya walked down staircases without grabbing the railing. And every morning Emma looked in the mirror. Her real face, her glasses, her hair doing exactly what it wanted. And she stayed there. Didn't flinch, didn't look away. Jasper still sat next to her in English. Still talked to her like she mattered. That was real. That was enough. 3 weeks later, Emma was walking past that narrow hallway. She glanced down it without thinking. The door at the end was open. She hadn't left it open. She stood completely still. Then from inside the room, a voice. Young, excited, breathless. Oh my God. Look at this ring. It's so pretty. A pause. And it fits perfectly. Emma ran. The room was empty. No trophies. No broken clock. Just dust. And in the center of the floor, nothing. Just a faint circle, where the ring had been. Still warm when she touched it. She pulled out her phone. Searched every name she could think of. Every girl from the year below. Every face she could place. Nothing. Then a single DM. Unknown account. No profile picture. No posts. No followers. One message. Looking for this. A photo. A hand. Silver ring. Dark stone. But the hand, Emma didn't recognize it. Not a student. Not anyone from school. And in the background of the photo, blurred but unmistakable, Emma's own street. Her own house. The light on in the kitchen. Her mother's silhouette, moving behind the window. Emma's hands went cold. She typed frantically. Who are you? Where did you get that? Answer me. The message showed delivered. Then one tick. Read. Typing bubble appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. Then, the account was gone. Deleted. Like it had never existed. Emma stood in that empty, dusty room. Phone in her hand. Heart slamming against her ribs. And from somewhere close. Too close. A warmth. Not from the floor. From outside. From the direction of her street. Her house. Her mother. Emma ran. And in the empty room behind her. Silent, patient, completely unbothered. Something smiled. It had chosen its next wish. It always chose carefully. And this time, it had chosen someone Emma loved. Emma tried to stop it. She couldn't. The ring doesn't need you to wear it. It doesn't need you to want it. It just needs someone nearby who has a wish. And wishes are everywhere. If this story kept you here until the very last word, you already know what to do. Subscribe. Because what happens to Emma's mother next is not something you want to miss.